Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Now today we're just gonna play one quick game, 5+3, and let's play the Sicilian today. I usually play the Caracan, but let's try the Sicilian today. Okay, so he plays knight to c3. He probably wants to go for the closed Sicilian, or okay, bishop to b5. Let's just play g6. We're not afraid of him taking. We can just take it with the d pawn. Okay, we're gonna take it with the d pawn. He plays f4. Now, why did I take it with a central pawn? I took it like that because I want to open up my bishop here. It was possible to take it with the b pawn towards the center. That's a lot of times better, but here I just want to open my bishop, and that's just fine. Okay, f4. Probably an okay move, but it's a bit weakening, I think. I can just fianchetto my bishop, and yeah, he's probably just gonna develop and castle. Putting his pawns here like that looks pretty aggressive, but it could also be weakening, so yeah, we'll see what happens here. He develops. Okay, I'm just going to develop my knight to f6. A nice square for the knight, and let's just castle. So this is a pretty interesting position now. I'm not afraid of any pushes like this, of course, because then I can just move to this nice d5 square, also supported by my pawn, by my queen. So okay, he opens up his bishop, and let's see what we want to do now. Well, b6 looks like a reasonable move to me. Okay, he pushes the pawn to e5. And I think that's not the best, because I can just play my knight here to this nice d5 square. And okay, he doesn't take it, of course, he moves the knight out of the way. And okay, let's see what we have to do now. Okay, so I'm thinking about the move f6, which I'm not sure if it's the best. You know, I want to get rid of this pawn to open up my bishop. Another thing is just developing my light squared bishop, maybe to f5, maybe to a6. Yeah, bishop to a6 and c4 could be an idea, maybe. But I think I'm just gonna try to open up my bishop with f6. Now I think that maybe it's not the best, because it's also weakening some squares here. But okay, bishop to d2. Well, now after this, let's just develop our bishop here, pin the knight to the queen. And now I want to take here, of course, and then just win a pawn, because his knight is pinned and it's not defending it. Let's just take the knight here. I think we're just winning a pawn here. We just got rid of one defender here of this pawn. After he recaptures, however he recaptures, no, probably not like this. I can just take here and take the pawn with my bishop. So I think we just won a pawn. Okay, what is this? Okay, good game, well played. He resigned. Okay, he just dropped the queen in one move. Well, this was not the best, but let's just see what I should have done here in this position instead of f6, maybe. Yeah, actually, f6 or f5 was the best move. Okay, I'm pretty surprised. I found a pretty nice move here, and he should have played this. Okay, whatever. He played bishop to d2. Yes, again, bishop to g4. And yeah, taking. He should have taken it with a rook. Then we just wait. Okay, we could have we could have won the pawn, but the computer doesn't even take it. Plays queen to d7. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a computer. I wouldn't play queen to d7. I would have just taken the pawn. So this was a pretty interesting game. I think I played it pretty well here. Okay, it's s+1, so maybe it wasn't the best, I don't know. Yeah, the computer says c4 right away, just giving up the pawn in order to like damage his structure and get some squares for our pieces. But still, I'm not sure why is it so better for white, like +1 or almost +1. Here everything is okay. Okay, I develop, he develops, and I just don't know. I mean, maybe that's still theory. I think that's still theory here. Yeah, it says +1, but it's probably not that easy, you know. I think I'm just fine here with black. So yeah, this was a pretty short game, so let's just play another one. Let's do 2 rounds today, and let's just play d4. Okay, knight to f6, let's play c4 and see what he has to show. Okay, e6, knight to c3. Maybe he's going to go for the Nimzo Indian. Okay, yeah, of course. I'm just going to play queen to c2. That's probably the best or one of the best moves. Which means that if he takes, we just take it with a queen. We don't damage our pawn structure with taking with a pawn. And okay, d5. I actually don't know how the theory goes exactly here, but no problem, we're just gonna play normal moves here. So I think bishop to g5 looks pretty reasonable here. If he takes the pawn, we just play e3, and we're gonna pick up the pawn. Or if he plays something like b5, we have a4, probably something like that. But okay, he plays knight to d7, and yeah, let's play e3 now. Our pawn is defended, and we're ready to develop and castle quickly. And yeah, probably play something like a3, get this bishop out. Okay, c5, really challenging the center. Okay, so I'm just going to play a3 here and try to get rid of this bishop. The bishop can go here maybe, because I don't have stuff like b4. But still, a3 is almost always a nice move with b4 to follow, just getting more space. So, okay, he moves to a5, and let's just develop our knight to f3 and see what our opponent does. So this is a pretty interesting position here, I think. A lot of tension in the center, you know, who's going to release the tension first? This is always a great question, when it's a good moment to release the tension. So yeah, he releases it here, and yeah, the question is if I want to take it with a pawn and allow an isolated pawn, or if I want to take it with a knight. Well, I think both are possible, but let's just take it with a knight. I'm not completely sure about this. I think taking with a knight is okay here. Okay, he takes, let's just take a pawn with our bishop. Him taking here probably wasn't the best, but I was also threatening to take here and leave him with an isolated pawn, so maybe it was. But this just develops my bishop here with a tempo. Okay, he also does that with his queen. And this move, I don't know if it was the best, because I can play my knight here, I think. Getting a tempo and just threatening to jump here and give him some annoying checks and everything. The point is that if he can't take my bishop, because then check and we have a fork. So yeah, this is probably a pretty nice move. Okay, yeah, this looks like a reasonable move here. If he takes here, we're just gonna take it with our queen, and we have a nice position, I believe. So yeah, queen to c7, maybe not the best, just stepping into a tempo with the knight, and we're just threatening to play just castle and play something like b4 and just have a pretty nice position, I think. Our pieces are pretty active here. So let's see what he wants to do with his queen. Now he of course sees that he can't take because of a fork. But it's still interesting where he wants to put his pieces. He can't play his queen here because b4 just traps the bishop. But yeah, where's he gonna go? If you go somewhere like here, I can play bishop f4, again attacking the queen, because our bishop is not doing much here anymore. So I think he really doesn't have a lot of great squares here. And again, like queen to c5 runs into b4, forking these two. So I think he actually has to go back. Okay, he goes there. Let's see what to do now. Okay, so let's just castle here. Maybe I had something better, but I think castles is just fine. He's probably going to castle also, yeah. And let's just play b4. Get more space, kick this bishop away. Okay, wait. Okay, this wasn't great. This wasn't great. I forgot that he can take my bishop now. Because we don't have this fork, you know, with a check and picking up the queen. So he can just take our bishop here, I think. And after we take here, okay, it's still a playable position, but it would have been better here, probably to just, I don't know, move the bishop back to d3. Something like this would be reasonable. But okay, after b4, yeah, he just took this pawn here on b4. Let's see what we want to do now. Okay, so our position is not great anymore. We just screw it up with one move here. And we also don't have a lot of time here. So I guess we move the bishop to d3. Oh my god, this was pretty bad here. He can move the bishop away. Or he can also take if he wants, yeah. And after we recapture, well, we still have some pressure here and we're still in the game, but we just lost a pawn, so it's not that great here. Okay, let's see what he wants to do. He has to develop his light squared bishop also. Probably something like b6, bishop to b7. A dangerous battery on this diagonal. Yeah, he did that, and okay. Okay, let's just play e4 here. I don't know what I'm doing here. These are just not great moves, but I have to play something. Like I'm on 10 seconds and yeah, I just have a pretty bad position. Now I just want to basically take and play this, so then I can maybe take on h7. That's what I want to do here. My position is just not great. Okay, he plays this. Let's retreat with the bishop. We have a bishop pair, you know. We have some chances, but this is really not the best. We're limiting this bishop, by the way, with these pawns here, and the queen also. This was the point here. Let's attack the queen. Okay, let's move there. Now I want to play this move, because the queen is pinned here. So okay, he plays this. Let's just retreat with our bishop. And yeah, now the threat is this again. Okay, he plays this. Let's just jump here. I just blundered, probably. So he can just move somewhere. No, well, not here. He can just move somewhere. Okay, let's take this. I'm probably just blundering here, everything, but what can you do? I also don't have like any time. Okay, let's take here. Maybe it wasn't a blunder after all. Okay, let's move back. I'm literally on seconds here. Probably our rook here. Next move. Okay, let's play it anyway. Okay, he lost some time. Okay, whatever. Okay, this was pretty bad. This was actually pretty bad. Let's see. What was the evaluation? Okay, it was equal here. Well, after rook to d1, he just takes a pawn. Yeah, I saw that this was pretty bad. But okay, what? Oh my god! Are you kidding me right there? Rook takes c8. Okay, he can't take it like this because, of course, we have a fork. If he takes it with a bishop, we can just take a pawn here, and we're not losing a piece because we can take the knight. And we're just winning here. We're just winning. Okay, computer says rook to b1. And this is just a terrible position for black. As you can see, he has really bad pawns here. We're gonna take these pawns. His king is also very weak. You know, his pieces are there. Our pieces are probably going to attack it. And yeah, I basically had a win here. But when I blundered a pawn here, okay. This position is interesting here, where there was the tension here in the center. Okay, I played a3, he went back, and okay, everything was okay here. The computer says it's around equal, maybe slightly better for white. Queen to c7 was actually the best move, and also knight to b5 was the best move. Also queen to c6 was the best move. Castles. Yeah, these were just great moves by me and my opponent here. And then black castled. I should have played, yeah, bishop to d3 like I said, because now my bishop is actually hanging, because we don't have these forks. But I played b4, and yeah, it's still around equal here. Maybe he should have taken this, but it's similar. He just took on b4, and I went back, and it was like -1. I should have taken on b4, the computer suggests that. Well, yeah, I mean, it looks pretty similar to me. But okay, maybe for some reason taking was better. But okay, yeah, I was just down a pawn here, and I tried to create some counterplay. And I of course blundered a bishop. Nothing new, of course. Just a check. After we, you know, block the check, he can just take our bishop. But of course, he also didn't see it. And yeah, it's like -2 here. It's really bad. And again, I just blundered a bishop here. Queen comes there with a check. Just terrible. And he kicks my bishop away. I played it to e3. And here, it's around equal. I mean, I have a bishop pair, and yeah, these two pawns are hardly going to, you know, prove decisive here, because I also have some play here. I think, like we saw here, you know, two bishops are really great. And okay, yeah, I played knight to d5 quickly. I thought it's winning. Of course, the point is that we're attacking the queen twice here. He doesn't have time for that because we just take the queen. And when he moved there, again, we saw the tactic before. It's a really nice one. We just take the pawn, and yeah, it's a pretty simple one, but you know, it's pretty obvious. But when you don't have a lot of time, it's oftentimes not that easy to find it. I of course should have just taken the rook. But I took the pawn here, he moved, and again, okay, I took here, I moved back, I just didn't see that I have this with a check, ruining his pawn structure, and I have a really nice position here, like +3, the computer says +3. Of course, this would have been probably just winning or really better for me. So I should have played that. And overall, it was a pretty interesting game. From the opening, we saw the tension and what happened after he released the tension. And yeah, if you enjoyed these two games, please subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you in the next video.